Yo Internet, my name is ChecKEKerz, and today we're going to watch this Buzzfeed video. We're going to make fun of it a lot.
Every time John introduces us to somebody, he says we're engaged.
Oh, well that's awesome. Congratulations on your engagement, buddy. We're all happy for you. You know, I hate to be that guy, but I think this is what you actually mean, Buzzfeed. I also take some issue with the use of the term evolutionist, because it's a term you usually only see used by creationists to make it seem as if creationism and evolution are on the same level. In fact, the lame title's the only reason I'm pretty sure you guys didn't rip this one out of Jacqueline Glenn's notebook. But let's continue, shall we?
I'm John Rail, and I am a skeptical filmmaker.
Nice to meet you. John Rail, huh? That's quite the name. Does your fiancé call you the Rail? Get it? The Rail? Like a dick joke? No? Okay. Well anyway, my name's ChecKEKerz, like I said at the beginning of the video.
My name's Kevin Conover, and I'm a young earth creationist.
Ooh. Here you go, buddy. You're gonna need that.
I make films that promote science, critical thinking, skepticism.
I have a radio program where I talk about apologetics. A lot of people don't know what apologetics is. It comes from a Greek word, apologia. It means to defend, and I teach apologetics to Christian school students.
Did that seem a little condescending to anybody else? He's like, ooh, I'm so smart. I know apologetics is. I know an 11-letter word. I teach kids how to stick their fingers in their ears and go, la 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 la, I can't hear you, anytime they're presented with facts that don't go along with their religion. And the religion they were probably indoctrinated into, mind you. But hey, wait a minute. What happened to your helmet? Has anybody seen his helmet? We need to find it before he has an accident and we all get sued. Fuck!
When it comes to evolution versus creationism, I think evolution is real and creationism is a story. It's a myth. It's a religion.
I believe in a 6-day creation, what it says in Genesis in the Bible.
Spending a whole day handcuffed to anyone is going to be awkward.
Yeah, no kidding, Captain Obvious. Thanks for that.
I like trying new things. I'm kind of excited.
Nah, yeah you are. You're real excited.
Let's get handcuffed. I want to meet this guy.
Hey, as long as it's consensual, you guys can do whatever you want together. Don't mind the camera. Not that it matters. You already signed the contract and the release and sold your soul to Buzzfeed.
I'm ready to put the handcuffs on.
You're already wearing the handcuffs of Christianity, friend. How many pairs of handcuffs are you trying to wear?
Nice to meet you, John.
Kevin Conover.
That's right, John Rail.
Rail.
Ready to do this?
Haven't been arrested too often.
Oh
so.
yeah. No, this will be my first time in handcuffs.
I have some doubts.
Look at that. That's the
This
real.
is the real, like...
No flexibility there. We're gonna be
handcuffs.
really close to each other.
No shit.
What are the terms of blasphemy for you? I was Catholic, so that
Okay.
means I have a ton of swears in me.
Don't say things like blank, damn it, and don't say use Jesus' name in vain.
You know, that seems fair, so I won't do those in this video either. And then hopefully you won't mind the bad jokes and puns too much.
Let's go.
Oh boy, where are we going?
So as soon as we got in the car, we were talking about how do you get chlorophyll? If the sun's energy is coming to the earth, and chlorophyll is what takes advantage of the sun's energy, how do you get the chlorophyll to evolve if it doesn't exist yet and there's nothing to harness the energy?
Wait, what? What did he say? Rewind that back. Wow, talking about evolution sure sounds super fucking satanic when you play it in reverse.
So as soon as we got in the car, we were talking about how do you get chlorophyll? If the sun's energy is coming to the earth, and chlorophyll is what takes advantage of the sun's energy, how do you get the chlorophyll to evolve if it doesn't exist yet and there's nothing to harness the energy?
Well, I don't know, man. So it must have been Jeebus.
And I was like, hold on, little biology card to play, and that's when we met Stephen Orzak.
So what you're asking, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is how you have any closed membrane organism can capture and reproduce itself. That's what you're asking about.
That is what I'm asking, yeah.
We still don't understand the origin of life, and we're still not at a point where we understand where that first energy capturing creature became a real organism. But given that you have organisms, the process easily unfolds in the way that we understand it as biologists.
It would be great if one day we could get the creationists to understand evolution doesn't try to answer for the origin of life, but rather just to explain how it changes over time. That way we could move the dialogue onto something more meaningful than semantics.
I was comfortable with it. I kept announcing our engagement.
And I said, no, we're not engaged. I have a ring. I am married.
Well, does your wife know you're out on a lunch date with your new boyfriend?
What about you? Where are you taking the podcast?
I'm sharing a Christian perspective on the radio, and that's what I've done my whole life. Had a lot of questions about God because I kept running into all these people that didn't believe what I believe.
I don't believe you.
And so I was like, man, what in the world? What do I believe? And how do I know that what I believe is true?
It's not. Well, okay, it might be, but there's no reason to suspect that it is.
I was born with believing parents, but biblically, the argument is that it's something you have to decide for yourself. It's not something your parents can decide for you.
Try telling that to all the people whose parents decided for them.
I think if anything could change my perspective, it would be the evidence.
Well, that seems surprisingly reasonable.
I'm open to having my perspective change. Experience has told me that's unlikely.
Color me shocked. Typical creationist response.
And then we ended up at the Natural History Museum.
Right when we walked in, they had a dinosaur exhibit, which I was not expecting.
What were you expecting? A Noah's Ark exhibit? How could you be surprised that they had natural history at a natural history museum?
All throughout, it's mentioning evolution, and it's mentioning millions of years.
Fucking scientists and their evidence-based time frame.
How do you know that this creature was from all the way back then? I'm questioning everything from this evolutionary paradigm.
I'm not a gambling man, but I'd be willing to bet that they explained it to you at the Natural History Museum and you just didn't want to listen.
At the Creationism Museum, as you can expect, it was a little frustrating. There were children there, and that breaks my heart.
Me too, man. It's almost just as heartbreaking that the adults who take them there think that they're doing the right thing, too.
I think it's good that kids have the opportunity to choose.
We should examine them, we should look into them,
Yeah.
hypothetically, in our own time, but when it comes to hey, here's the stuff you need to learn, kids.
Agreed.
If I had my way, we would be in a society where a creation museum would never occur to somebody.
If I had my way, a creation museum, and creationism by extension, would occur to someone, but they would quickly realize that they were wrong and not spread the idea. In my perfect world, they would exist, but only as a relic of the past.
I am radically opposed to what he just said.
Yeah, I bet you are.
We got to the radio station, and I got my man Ross Blotcher on the line.
Is Christianity specifically good for culture, good for society, or is it a detriment and a drag on society?
The second one. There are things about it that can be good, but as a net whole, it's a drag.
The difficulty I have is an atheist who tells me they have a yardstick, because there is no yardstick except the yardstick you make.
Actually, buddy, right here on Amazon.com, you can get a pack of 10 yardsticks for like $28. That's a pretty good deal. And I can't believe yardsticks are the one thing you chose to be skeptical about. What the fuck?
Nobody has a yardstick. You don't have a yardstick. I don't have a yardstick.
Whoa. Weren't you listening? Amazon has yardsticks by the truckload, dude. In fact, I'm about to buy a 10-pack of yardsticks, and I'm going to give one to everyone on this show. Then we'll all have a yardstick.
You can say you do, but...
You think you do, but you don't.
And we also have Michael Shermer, who is a publisher of Skeptic magazine.
Holy shit, I can't believe they got Michael Shermer to be on this show.
Yep, I'm here.
Aw, poor Michael, you just know he's about to get asked a million stupid fucking questions.
The Big Bang is a poof, and it happened. I mean, that's what the Big Bang is, right? All the 28 billion light years across came from absolutely nothing.
Yep, called it.
That's the claim.
That's not the claim at all.
And it came with it without a designer or purpose or anything. It's just completely, I mean, to me, if you want to talk about let's become a skeptic, I'm like, that's crazy.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard a creationist say that, I would have enough money to be fucking Batman.
Yeah, well, but see, cosmologists mean something different by nothing. There's always quantum energy in the so-called empty space. It's not really empty. And that goes all the way back to the very beginning.
I guarantee that's not the first time someone has answered that question for him, and I'm sure it won't be the last.
It's hard for me to understand why you would think it makes more sense that nothing made everything.
Already? You gotta be kidding me.
Nobody is saying that nothing made everything. We're saying we don't know, therefore we don't fill in our lack of knowledge with whatever we want.
That's the atheist dilemma.
I wonder how they would feel if Christians were a minority group and you turn that joke around on them. I bet they probably wouldn't think it was funny. Look at the expression on his face. You could see the regret. He's like, oh shit, this is gonna be a long, fucking miserable night.
This is my wife, Marissa.
How are you?
Hi.
He got there, and my wife immediately kicked into, hospitable mode, and she's just really good that way.
He's like, yeah, Jesus trained my wife real good.
Those are real handcuffs.
Yeah, they're serious.
There's the real deal.
Unlike your God.
I'm not worried about the handcuffs so much as I'm curious how our bathroom breaks are going to work.
That's going to be a little weird.
Are you serious? You're going to go to the bathroom together?
Okay, ready? I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh, it's real.
Damn it. This would have been a better place for that last joke.
If you guys don't want to be on this, though.
No, we have each a channel of our own. I really want to be on Buzzfeed.
You want to be on Buzzfeed?
I love Buzzfeed.
Disappointed!
I believe murder is always wrong.
For something that's supposed to be a Bible study, I don't see a single Bible in this frame. How are you supposed to have a Bible study if not even one person has a Bible? Doesn't even make sense.
It emanates from God's character.
Character being the key word here.
So that being the case, there's a grounding there for morality. From an atheist perspective, you may say murder is wrong. If I wasn't a Christian, I might say I think it's okay to murder certain people.
I'm not a big fan of Buzzfeed, but I can really appreciate all the goofy-ass music they play underneath this dude's cliched talking points.
Well, where do you go with that? There's no grounding for morality. It'd just be your opinion versus my opinion.
Taking a life that is unnecessarily taken is not okay.
Yeah, but who are you to say that?
I'm a person. I'm me.
Yeah, but why is your opinion better than mine?
Because you want to kill. You would hypothetically be saying that it is okay to kill somebody, and it's not.
Yeah, but who are you to force your morals on me?
Ironic much?
The moral actually would be
you're telling me I'm
force
wrong.
Somebody's life away from
Yeah,
them.
but you're telling me I'm wrong and you're right.
In this hypothetical case, yeah.
Is it okay to tell somebody else that they're wrong and you're right?
Definitely.
We're getting ready for bed.
How awkward is that?
I don't know, it doesn't seem like you're feeling too awkward. In fact, it looks like you're pretty into it.
I'm a little nervous about, having a stranger sleep in my house, with my wife and my kids. That's a little weird.
Oh, is this your first time outside of an airport bathroom?
You've never slept with a stranger before.
No, that's true, especially not a stranger, like a guy on the first night. First time I met you, that's really weird.
I'll just leave this here. Let you read over that real quick.
And it was actually really comfortable at first. Like, I was lying back and I was just like, we had all these pillows. We had tons of pillows.
I don't know about you, but if I have to do something I consider weird, I usually don't have a big-ass cheesy grin on my face.
And a gigantic teddy bear, too. I was trying really hard not to move my arm. Because I didn't want to bother him. I didn't want to wake him up. And so I started to get stiff and I was like, oh man, I can't move.
Marissa, aren't you guys gonna say a prayer or something?
Do you want us to say a prayer?
I'm not trying to force you into being good Christians. I didn't think that was necessary, but I thought that was something that people did before bedtime.
I like how even after he called them out, they still didn't pray.
Well, normally I pray for my kids before we go to bed, but you prevented that.
How did he prevent you from doing that?
Good night, Buzzfeed.
Night.
We're doing the breakfast handcuff thing.
Yeah, that's not a thing. People don't do that.
Overall, when I was getting involved in getting handcuffed to somebody who completely disagrees with me, I was thinking, like, what is the point of this? As I thought more about it, I think for me the big takeaway is that it really helps me to see the humanity of John.
Oh shit, looks like we're going for the full fucking cheesy sitcom ending on this one.
I got to know him as a person. What was cool about this whole experience is it's great realizing there are people who disagree with you about a particular subject, but that's not necessarily what defines them. There's so much more to a person than just their opinion on creation and evolution or whatever it may be.
I really hope that he's just playing this up for the camera and that this isn't actually a new revelation for him.
Yeah, it was nice coming face to face with creationists, not just because, hey, you're a human, I'm a human, it's all good, but to actually gain respect for who he is and the way he thinks. To know that as much as I might feel one way about his ideology or what he thinks or believes, I can't necessarily feel that way about him directly as a person.
I'll take things that these grown-ass men should have already known because they're fucking adults for 100, Alex.
I mean, the conversations we had, I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, he's a softie underneath this cold, hard exterior.
You're touching me, Kevin.
Notice how when he thinks of that guy, one of the first words that come to mind is hard. Also, John looks kind of uncomfortable. I bet he's thinking, man, I told you last night I'm not into that. Leave me alone, stop touching me.
Here we go. This is the big moment.
There we go.
Goodness. Yes. Oh, I feel like I can stretch. Praise the Lord.
No. Thanks for watching my first YouTube video. I already have the second one in the works. It's actually another Buzzfeed video similar to this one, but it's a Satanist handcuffed to a Christian for 24 hours. I figure that has to be pretty fucking funny, so I'm gonna check that out. I already made the thumbnail. If you want to see that video, I'll be putting it up about a day, maybe 2 after this video goes out. So, come back, check it out, or subscribe if you want, and then hopefully the video will be delivered to your sub box. I don't know though. Well, have a good one.